Hey guys, this is Matt Granger, that Nikon guy for MattGranger.com. Today I just wanted to do a quick little explanation to clear something up that I think a few people aren't clear on, and that's the difference between a teleconverter and an extension tube. I get some questions from people that make me think that they are assuming that these are actually interchangeable, and they're not. In a sense, they do a similar job in that they let you get closer to your subject, but they're not identical. This is a teleconverter. This is the Nikon TC17E Mark II. And 17 means it's 1.7 times extender. You can get 1.4, 1.7 and 2 from Nikon. Now this is a heavy, really dense piece of glass that's got all the terminals and stuff on it to allow you to do the full autofocus, and this will only work on more exotic and more expensive lenses that have a big cutout in the back end, because this has an element that sticks into the rear of your lens. Now what this does is it kind of has the same effect of using a lens on a DX body in that it zooms everything out. So this adds a 1.7 multiplier to any lens that you use it on that's work. So if it was a 200 prime, it'd suddenly become a 340mm prime. But it also has an equal effect on dropping the aperture. So, you know, it won't be at the constant aperture that it was before. It'll drop by a factor of 1.7 as well. So it does get you close up, but it's not the same as an extension tube. Now extension tubes, there's a few different ones out there. These are kind of the poor man's macro. This one from Kenko comes with 3 different rings, and these ones are great because they do have the elements to allow your lens to still autofocus. But basically what they're doing is they're just moving your lens away from the focal plane, the sensor, and you know what that does is the further the lenses are away from the focal plane, the closer it allows your lens to focus, and the shallower the depth of field you're going to have. So when you're focusing a lens, if you're focusing really close, it is actually inside the lens, generally shifting the lens elements to the front of the lens, away from the sensor. And so this is what they do. It physically moves them away. Now the difference between them, this whole big set weighs a lot less than that TCE. It's completely hollow. All it's doing is putting a gap in between there, and this one has 3 different settings. So you can use the 12, the 20 or the 36 in isolation or in any combination to adjust the amount of how far you want to get your lens from the sensor. Now keep in mind that depending on what lens you're using it on, if you use the big one of these or all 3 of these, it may actually be wanting to focus inside the front of the lens, because it adjusts the focal point so much forward that instead of being, say, 80 centimeters away, it's 1 centimeter away or 5 centimeters within the lens. It can be that big of a difference. So keep in mind that they're different. If you want to see me using these ones, click through there. I'm about to make a little how-to video with that, and I hope that helps. They're not the same thing. This is Matt Granger, that Nikon guy for MattGranger.com.